or more strings, list or other iterable objects. Here iterable objects means list, tuple, dictionary, set, project set, etc. into a single object. Most probably we will use plus operator for concatenation. Let us try to see one example. So this is the concatenation operation example. So I am just using plus operator between two integers, so it will print the sum, like decimal and integer as well as decimal. This will print associated sum. And if we use concatenation operator between strings, it will perform concatenation operation. Let us try to see. If you see, it is performing the addition operation. So it is performing addition operation. So if you see here, it is performing concatenation operation. It is trying to combine or join two strings. Welcome is one string and Python is another string. So, and if you see here, as I have said before, true is having a value of 1 and false is having a value of 0. 1 plus 5 is 6. 0 plus 5 is 5 and 1 plus 1 is true. Very important point to remember. If we use concatenation operator, then both arguments should be of same data type. In this case, string data type. Otherwise, we will get an error. Let us try to see that. So let us try to comment this. Let us try to uncomment. So I am using here, one is int data type and the other is string data type. One is float data type and the other is string data type. One is boolean data type and the other is string data type. In this case, it is not valid. We will get type error. So if you see here, type error because unsupported operand. So concatenation operation, we should have both data types should be of same, like string, integer or like that. It is very important to have both operators or arguments should be of same data type. Up to now, we have seen the output by using print statement. Now, if I want to use variables for formatting the output, I will use formatting output. Like to format the output, I will use replacement operator and format method. Let us try to see one example. Let us try to take, my name is suppose Ravi, my salary is 25,000.25 and age is suppose 28. So if I want to print the output in a meaningful way, I will use replacement operator along with format method. So in the place of replacement operator, I have used associated variables. Here I have used name variable. For this index, I have used salary variable. For here, I have used age variable. Let us try to print. Let us try to comment this. So if you see, it is a meaningful output. In the similar way, instead of empty replacement operator, I will specify indexes. Let us try to print. And similarly, instead of indexes, I will use any variables. So for these variables, I will use keyword arguments. So for every variable, I will send associated value here. So for X, I am sending name. For Z, I am sending age. And for Y, I am sending salary. Even though we change the order, the output will be in a meaningful way. Let us try to see. See, Ravi's salary is 25,000 and his age is 28. It is in the meaningful way. And similarly, if we don't want to use the replacement and format operation method, I can use this modulus operator. So for strings, I will use percentages, and for decimals, I will use percentage. And for float, I will use percentage. Let us try to print the same. So here, Ravi's salary is 25,000 and his age is 28. This is the meaningful output. Suppose if I mention the decimal value here, I have to mention float here. Let us try to do that same. Let us try to print again. So Ravi's salary is 25,000.25 because it is representing the float value. So that is the reason why I have mentioned float. Up to now, we have seen how to specify a value to a variable. This is nothing but the static initialization of a variable. Like there is one variable, we will try to assign a value to it. So this is nothing but static input. And if you want to read the input from the keyboard, I will go for dynamic input method of Python. So for reading dynamic input from a keyboard, I will use input method. And whatever the value or the data I am reading through input method, it is always string data type. Let us try to see one example. Dynamic input. So let us take one approach. Let me comment this. Let me comment the another approach. So here I am reading number 1 and number 2. I'm just printing that enter first number in the console and enter second number in the console. Let us try to execute the same. So let me try to enter 10. Let me try to enter 20. If you see, what is the type of num1? It is string data type. And what is the type of num2? It is string data type. And between strings, if I use plus, nothing but concatenation operator, it will combine those two strings. So that is the result why you see 10 and 20. So thereafter, what I am doing, I am converting the string data type of num1 to integer and string data type of num2 to integer. So thereafter, I am performing the addition. So if I perform the addition, 10 plus 20, it is 30. And similarly, I am converting the string to float. If you see, the floating point value is printed. Let us try to see another approach here. So this is approach 2. So instead of writing another step for converting, at the time of reading only, I am just converting that string to integer data type. So int of input of enter the first number, second number, and if I see the type, then definitely since I have converted this string type to integer data type, it is integer data type only. Let us try to see. Let us try to enter some 30 and 30. If I see, I have typecasted. Typecasted, it is nothing but converting from one data type to another data type. Here in this case, I have connected string data type to integer data type. Similarly, the num2 also. So that is the reason why it is having the data type of int. And if you see, if I perform the addition between two integers, then the result will be 60. 30 plus 30. This is how we will concatenate variables, we will format the variables, and we will read the dynamic value from the keyboard. Key takeaway is converting from one data type to another data type is called typecasting. Here we are converting string data type to integer data type.